We could soon see fewer police officers on patrol in Kansas City.
This comes as deadly violence is headed toward a grim record for 2020. We've told you about 13 homicides just this month. That includes the shooting death of Daisy Martinez. You might recall the 19-year-old was killed on the 16th when someone shot into a crowd that was celebrating Mexican Independence Day. Earlier that same day, 16-year-old Anthony Strassel was killed. His family says he was shot while getting food with his dad.
Then on September 21st, 1-year-old Tyron Payton was shot and killed. The toddler and his parents, they were shot while sitting in a car near 33rd and Agnes. These are just a few of the victims of Kansas City's 145 homicides so far this year. Young lives taken. 41 I-Team reporter Andy Alcock was at today's Board of Police Commissioners meeting and explains why fewer officers could be on the streets next year.
KCPD Chief Rick Smith also noted 90% of the agency's budget goes towards personnel. KCPD is currently looking at an 11% budget cut from the present year due to the roughly $60 million revenue shortfall for the city, largely due to the pandemic.
There's no way we get there without cutting personnel. There's just no way.
Currently, there are 1,375 budgeted positions for KCPD police officers, but the number of working officers is 1,331, and that number is expected to drop. At the police board meeting, KCPD command staff said to expect retirements and resignations at the end of the year. Additionally, due to current budget constraints, there are no academy classes to fill the likely reduction in force, even without budget cuts.
I do not support cutting officers. I do not support closing the station. And I think that there are better ways that we can make sure we continue to deliver necessary services in Kansas City.
With the ongoing strain of the pandemic and the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis, Kansas City has seen numerous protests and record-setting violence. For the first time in months, a parade of public citizens had their chance to sound off at the police board meeting and offered a wide variety of views.
I believe that with less officers on the street, crime will continue to rise. I now own a firearm and I have taken shooting lessons.
Why have we yet to put together a community task force to make recommendations to the Board of Police Commissioners?
KCPD Deputy Chief Greg Volker also said due to coronavirus, many nonviolent crimes like stolen property simply aren't being prosecuted. Commissioner Nathan Garrett believes that issue is having an impact on overall crime, including violence. Compounding the problem are KCPD's potential budget cuts. Councilwoman Catherine Shields addressed the issue by teleconference.
Unlike the federal government, we can't print money in the basement. We can only spend the money we have.
Mayor Lucas also said the leaders of all the city's agencies have about the next 5 or 6 months to find cost savings within their departments before the politicians make the final budget decisions sometime early next spring. At City Hall, I'm investigator Andy Alcock, 41 Action News.